there's a scene in well quoted scene from Jerry Maguire where Zellweger says, "You had me at hello." So, what was that moment for you when this script came to you?
Being able to play a real life pirate. How many women have ever played that character? Like,
Yeah,
there's maybe Zoe Saltana a little bit, maybe um, like I can maybe Keira Knightley, and there are very few,
yeah,
but we've seen so many iconic men play pirates over the years. I didn't even know that female pirates existed, that they were captains of their own ships, they had crew of men, they lived big, really interesting, insane lives. When I started doing research after I read this script, I remember I was just, seeing all of these amazing women pop up around the globe who had lived this life. And that was the moment for me where I was like, wow, this is something that can be really cool and really different if I can do it well. The action and everything, that's fine. I've done it before. Of course, there was a different style with swords and stuff, which I've never done before. So I had to learn sword fighting with both hands, and I had to do that while I was shooting Heads of State, actually. So it was a lot of work, and I used to do it between shots. So, while the camera was moving from one shot to the other, I would move aside and learn my swords for the next movie. Um, but, I love working on the craft. I like to be very authentic to my character. So I went to Cayman Islands. I did research on Caribbean culture of indentured servants that used to be picked up from India by the British Raj and just taken to different islands and left with, no idea of their identity anymore. And that's what happened to my character's family and her. So, there was so much in this movie which, after I read it, I was like, yeah, we're doing this movie.
yeah. And at the time of Heads of State, you told us, PTI, that you want a variety in your work that you had when you were working in Indian films. Do you believe that this film is also a step towards that?
Yes, I definitely think that, this movie is a step towards, um, bifurcating and diversifying in my filmography, in my English language work. I think that The Bluff is a deep dive into culture and history, but at the same time, it's a really fun, cool pirate movie. But at the same time, it's drenched in drama and emotion and feeling. So it's like a action drama, I would say. And that, like, being able to explore different genres is really exciting to me. So I was very happy to be doing this movie.
Yeah, and I want to quote something from your recent address to Harvard,
Gosh,
and
what did I say now?
there you said that you are in search of a legacy. So what does the word mean to you personally? After having worked so much, for so many years.
If you see what I said, I think that was misinterpreted, actually misquoted by a lot of the press. What I was saying was that I had done an interview many years ago. I don't remember when this was, for Time magazine, when I was on their cover for the 100 most influential people. And I remember in that interview, I was very disturbed when I came into that interview because I was on a phone call, something happened, and I was emotional. And the first thing that came out of my mouth when the interviewer asked me what I wanted 10 years from now, I said, I want a legacy. Now, 10 years later, I don't know what the word legacy means anymore. What it meant to my 30-year-old self is completely different than what it means to me. I think being able to have the privilege of having a job where you get to be able to take the time to spend with your family and have a, a job and a career is such a position of privilege, and I take that very seriously. Most people in life have to work every day, and some people don't even like the jobs that they have, but they have to do it to survive and to support their families. And I think that for me, that is the real win. Is I want to be able to do work as an artist that push me, and where I surprise not just myself but an audience that has been so loyal to me for almost 25 years. Where I can show different parts of me and give as an artist, and at the same time be able to be present with my family. Now I feel like that would be my answer.
Yeah, and just a quick question, because you have made such a huge mark in Hollywood with your work. So what was that? What was there? What was the moment when you felt that okay, I have arrived? Not in terms of success, but in terms of confidence.
Oh, my first day I arrived into Hollywood. I never walked with a sense of weakness. Um, Even if people didn't know me, it didn't matter. I know what I bring to the table. I know what my value is, and so I was never less confident. I may have had less opportunities, I may have had less success, but I was always confident in my skill set, in my ability to know my job. And I'm a very hardworking person. I spend a lot of time learning about any character or any skill that I have to learn. But when I felt like I arrived is never. I still don't feel like I've arrived. I feel like I have a lot more to do before I feel that, there are some amazing people who have done such brilliant work, and I would love to be able to have a body of work that does that.